All right, guys. So, quick recap on today's price action. Um, I should have done this video sooner because I forget that the execution's erased, but it is what it is. I took the trade here. It was a loss, by the way. So, just things that I've learned from here. I pretty much lost all the profits we made yesterday. I went low size again today. So, this is my last week trading until the next upcoming year. Because this December price action is pretty tough, right? But I just don't want to like overdo it in December when it's the least probable month out of the whole year. So that being said, this is a trade I took. I waited for 945 news to drop here. And then I had a nice reaction here at this order block. I was bullish. I did want to see these highs, man. So I was wrong on my bias again. Just things that I'm noticing, right? We come back and we start respecting this candle. Honestly, looking back at the 5 minute, this is not enough respect here, given that the body is still bigger than this wick. So I guess I just got a little induced on this candle here, and I'll show you guys exactly where I took it. All right, so we have this displacement lower. I saw this as manipulation, right? We had already been manipulating on the higher time frame on the 5, lower off open, and then I want to see a nice displacement. I like this displacement here, but I'm not taking this exactly. I like this order block that we created here. Trade on the order block would have looked like this, right? And we could have easily been done with this trade here. But I asked for a little bit more of a confirmation. So I waited for this 5 minute to close, right? And once this closed like this with this wick, respecting the order block here, seeing this is my manipulation lower, sweeping all this internal, right? And if we look at the daily, we have reasons for us to price higher because we've already come into this daily inefficiency, right? So I'm looking at this as today we're going to have a bullish day, which we obviously didn't. I would say it's more of a consolidation day, slowly trailing lower, but it's more consolidation. And if you zoom out on the 5, we're literally just wedging side to side. So this is not ideal conditions for me. Doesn't mean that there isn't trades. I was just done after I took my loss. I wasn't going to continue to push the envelope here. But I did notice something in PM session, which we'll go over right now, which I really, really like. But yeah, anyways, take the trade here. I wait for the 1 minute to inverse. Why the 1 minute? Because I wanted to see more confirmation since I didn't punch it on the order block here. I wanted to see the 1 minute inverse. I inversed very nicely. So I actually bought a contract at market as soon as the next candle opened. And then I added 2 more, one here, and then another one when it came to the consequent encroachment of this gap. And then I want to see a nice reaction. We immediately just pretty much displaced lower. So this is pretty obvious to tell when a trade's not going to work out. Immediately going to stop. That's honestly better than consolidating, going in your direction, and then going to stop. We were obviously offside. So after this, I just stayed on the sideline. I was waiting to see if there was anything else that was clear, but I didn't quite feel confident taking anything else. So I just, when in doubt, just stay out. I was really confident in this trade, actually. Really confident in this one. It just simply didn't work out today. Draw was incorrect. We continue to displace lower. Coming out of this 5, this was another inducing setup that I feel like I would have taken if I hadn't taken this one. So this is a loss we avoided. I just simply did not like the closure on the 5. So based on what we learned from this setup here, we applied that here, and then obviously we didn't get in here. This would have resulted in another loss if we would have pursued that. And then sure enough, we just continue to display slightly higher, respect that same 5 minute, and then we have a beautiful setup here to the downside, taking at all these right levels of liquidity. Then we create relative lows here just to go back up to the 5 minute as well, right? Right there. And then we displace lower. This is very nice. So then I go back into my 1 minute, and what do you know? There really isn't a setup for me here, but this displacement is very clear that we're going to go start heading lower to take what? The relative lows we left here. And so we do. Later in the PM session, we do have another setup that presents itself. I wasn't on the charts anymore. We displace out of here. I do want to see long, so this would align with my bias. I would like to take this trade. We come back to the last presented 5 minute, and then we are displacing off this order block here. We show support here to go higher. There should be a 1 minute setup there. And what do you know? A beautiful 1 minute setup. Very, very obvious, clear. I would love to have taken this, but again, I was off the charts already, and I'm just not going to keep pushing the envelope on in December price action. I'd rather wait for higher probability conditions. Either way, I'm not risking a lot right now. I'm just being in the market to be in the market and get some exposure still. Um, I am going to continue to do this even if I'm not risking money. I'll probably just be paper trading just the rest of the year and so forth. But more than likely next week's just going to be off because price action is definitely not going to be ideal. But yeah, this would have been a great trade just to the high here would have been beautiful, or just take a partial at 1 to 2. This would have offered a lot more than that 1 to 2. This would have been an insane trade, right? And these are the type of trades we're looking for. These are the type of trades you wait for, but unfortunately, we were not on the charts. Beautiful 1 to 6 risk reward. If you want to target these and leave a runner, see if you can get up into here. 1 to 7 almost, and nearly a 1 to 8 right there to that high, right? And then you can leave a runner to see if we can get up here. I would have never made it, right? But these are those. It's beautiful in discount coming off an order block, 5 minute displacement, creating relative highs with this engineering, sweeping this to go then lower, convincing everybody to go lower. So everybody's shorting at these fair value gaps is getting destroyed, and then we go ahead and push higher, right? So very, very nice. From here on out, I really wouldn't be interested in anything else since this would be probably the main move for me. This is probably the best trade of the day, in my opinion. The best trade that I could have possibly taken, but again, I wasn't on the charts, unfortunately. It is what it is. But yeah, just wanted to go do a quick recap. I was running a little bit late today. I've been running around all day doing some other stuff. So here's the recap for today. One loss here. This was the trade that was avoided. Good thing it was avoided. It would have been a loss as well. And this is the trade that I think was the best trade for the day today. But unfortunately, we did not take that. So it is what it is. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't count. We move on to tomorrow. Tomorrow is No News Wednesday. I will come in with an open mind. I'm only going to really give it like 2-3 hours max. And then if not, I'm just going to go golf. Call it a day. But I hope everybody's well. If you guys have any questions or anything at all, any input, any trades you guys taken, feel free to drop in the comments, shoot a DM. But yeah, have a wonderful day, guys. Take care.